everyone, it is Marie Blue Angel here. That was loud. I'm back with Touchstarved. I've been wanting to play for a couple days, but life got busy, unfortunately. But I'm very excited to dive back in, see what shenanigans the main character will get into next. And I think maybe I was trying to remember where I left off, and we were just in the middle of meeting the last love interest, so we're just gonna dive back in. I'm very excited. I don't know when the demo, I assume the demo's almost over because we'll have met all the love interests. But here we are. Let's get back into it. Okay, what was our history here? It descends on me for the kill, but the impact never comes. I rarely crack one eye open, then the other, not sure whether I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood. And the soulless... Wait, hold on. Before moving on, I'm going to get rid of this so we can appreciate the CG. Wow. Oh, look at the dagger. The dagger that this person has in their hands. I love it. Oh, okay. My eyes start past my unexpected rescuer, to the misshapen form behind them. The Solus's many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it. Well, I don't know what voice to give Mysterious Hunter. Well, I'm just gonna default to what all the love interests basically have the same voice. Whatever. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The stranger's gaze dips to my bandages. Pale lips part. On the brink of a question, then close again. With the strength bellying their slight frame, they pull me to my feet. As soon as I'm on my own 2 feet again, they pull away from me and start wiping the blood from their face and hands. Stay there. Oh my god, look at this, right? So it looks so good. They look so good. I love this. It looks so good. That's all I can say. They turn away from me stiffly, leaning over the Solus's gangly body. With their back towards me, I realized that I saw their hooded silhouette at the cenobium. Yes, put it together, main character. I think you're shorter than I thought might be a funny response, but I don't see how it relates to what's happening. I'm gonna say you were at the cenobium. I've seen you before. You were at the cenobium earlier, weren't you? I'm also gonna turn down this music because it's very loud. I can't decide on a volume for the music. Probably I can. That's probably what I should have been doing more. Okay. I've seen you before. You were at the Cenobium earlier, weren't you? They cast a wary look at me. So what if I was? Their harsh response takes me aback. Before I can formulate a response, they continue. Stern look, hands crossed over chest. I love the character design. It's gorgeous. What are you thinking, traveling alone at night? I didn't know the rules. This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails of them. First they save me, and now they scold me? Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back to the soulless's corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Chantal. Min. Well, hello, Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blade flashes as they drive it into the base of the soulless's skull, right between the cervical vertebrae. The soulless thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Oh, I was not expecting the crunch sound effect. Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper until there's a sickening crunch, and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. They struck with surgical precision. Their quick, clean movements are familiar. Well, the red option is highlighted, and that is a more interesting question than why is the soulless inside the city. Since I feel like earlier in the story we have proof that, well, not proof, but the city is not a fortress enough of a fortress that the main character thinks. So, are you a scientist? Min stops mid-motion, lifting their head to stare at me. You knew exactly where to strike. Have you studied anatomy or medicine? Not quite. Why is the soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching, before realization dawns. You're new here. There's no walls around this city. Soulless can come and go as they please, until someone is contracted to stop them. Oh. The Cenobium's patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Cenobium. I wouldn't go that far. The brow abruptly furrows, and they sheath their knife, motioning for me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in this city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. If it's so dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that soulless, and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. Their answer is stingingly harsh. I mean, it's true. It's stingingly harsh, and it's true. lodgings, please. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. What makes you think I'll help you? Nothing. But there's no harm in asking. That seems to catch them off guard. The brow knits and they look away, scowling. How troublesome. Maybe it's Leander. Who would know me? There's only... Or maybe it's, Ver. No, it'd be weird. You know what? I'm gonna say it's Leander because we're in Lowtown. Chantal? Oh. It's Kras. My favorite so far. I haven't seen in a while. I love this music. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down though. I turn, surprised by the voice. Kras walks down the street towards us. His white and gold clothing is pristine, despite the grime of the city. Hello, Min. I see that solace was your work. I forgot what voice I gave this man earlier. Min shrugs. There's a familiarity to the way they regard each other. Well, I feel like they know each other. Maybe they both went to medical school? I'm gonna go with the first one. You know them, Kras? Curious. Probably saying his name wrong, I'm sorry. Min is a freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They are quite reliable. Unreliable freelancers don't eat. A freelancer who wields a dagger like a scalpel. There must be something more to that story. How nice. Chantal needs to get back to wherever she's staying before she wanders into the jaws of another soulless. It is late. Were you able to find a place to stay, Chantal? I love that he remembers me. I'm staying at the Wet Wick. Both their faces fall. I'm laughing because of this line. Because of course I'm staying at the Wet Wick. I see. Would you like a guide? It might be preferable to wandering about alleyways. That would be nice. Min clicks their tongue in sighs, sounding mightily put out. Going to the Amaryllis district? That gaudy suspect? Come, this way. Despite Min's clear distaste, when Kras leads me down the street, they keep pace with us. Oh. Catching my curious glance, Min's eyes narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you, but Kras is the only doctor worth a damn in this place. Fair. Are you like this with everyone? The deadpan look Min gives me is answer enough. I catch Kras hiding a slight smile. It's kind of fun. I am curious about Min and how they know Kras, because I know there's more also to this backstory. I suppress a sigh and resign myself to having a grumpy shadow all the way back to the Wet Wick. I guess I wasn't close enough to the Wet Wick, which makes sense. The route Kras takes is completely different from my slow meandering earlier in the morning. In no time at all, he cuts through the darkened streets and twisting alleys. Oh, it's so pretty when it's lit up. Look at all the stained glass windows. The lanterns, they're quite nice. It seems like half the city has poured into Amarilla's district's colorful streets. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet, the most noise still comes from the Wet Wick. Its doors hang wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. That hair is gorgeous. I saw this earlier. He moves to the door, and Min lets out an audible huff. Don't tell me you're going in. I have some quick business with Leander. Mine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. They drag their feet, reluctantly trailing me into the tavern. Go to the tavern. Tavern time. As soon as the doors open, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hours since I left, the wick has grown suffocatingly crowded. Kara stands out, easily a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lose sight of him amid the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me. Pardon me. The crowd parts as though answering his request. Kuras glances over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. Commanding presence. Love that. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Kuras at a clipped pace. Oh, Leander. Leander is right where I left him, although he's traded places with the bartender. He holds a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glasses white with frost. Ooh, chilled. You're never gonna guess what's in these. Leander slides the glasses across the bar, and I get my third and fourth shocks of the evening in rapid succession. Oh. I also was not expecting Ace to be here. Ace leans against the bar, an elbow propped up on the counter. He catches the glasses and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The contents, magically congealed, stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Bear's also here. I should not be surprised that all the love interests are in the Wet Wick right now. Bear perched on the bar's counter beside Ace, takes a single look at the shot glasses and shakes his head. What have we here? A bucket of boogers? Leander's nose treasure? You've eaten worse. Bear's lips twitch and his ears flatten when Ace offers him a glass. He turns his cheek with a sniff, and Ace just snickers. Coward. So mischievous, look at that face. Don't tell me you're actually... In one fluid motion, Ace throws back his head and downs the shot. Drinking that? Does it have health benefits? I assume not if it's alcohol, but... A dark look crosses Ace's face. It's chewy. Chewy? Wait, let me try again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a nest of degenerates. If it isn't Kuras and Min... At the sound of Leander's voice, Min's pale eyes grow wide. They look ready to bolt until Kuras sets a hand on their shoulder. Kuras also looks quite surprised. I promise this will not take long. Min's eyes dart from Kuras's hand to his face, then soften. Fine. You first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck by a sudden revelation. All the people I've met today know each other. Good evening, Leander. Ace. Another drinking competition, I presume. Oh, is it evening already? Could have sworn it was earlier. It's not earlier, sir. It was late. Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. Karas acknowledges Leander and Ace with the slightest nod, ignoring Vare entirely. Not that Vare seems to mind. Oh, because they don't like each other. He tilts his head and an impish smile curves his lips when he spots Min looming silently behind Karas. I almost didn't see you there, Min. Looking for your booster seat? What's he doing? Min pushes back their hood. They level Vare with a cool look. I thought Ace wasn't allowed to bring his pets in here. Vare's tail gives an angry twitch. Oh, CG. Look, there's Leander, and Karas, and Min, and I'm pretty sure this is probably Ace. How cute. At the first sign of an impending fight, Leander vaults clear over the counter. He slides in between Ace and Karas. Now, let's try and keep the peace. It's not every day the student doctor takes us up on a drink. His arm snakes around Karas' shoulders. You are finally taking me up on that drink, right, Karas? I am afraid not. We were merely escorting Chantal back to her lodgings. Karas gestures in my direction, and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. As soon as he sees me, Leander's face brightens. Chantal, it's been too long. Has it? Everyone, this is Chantal. She's new to Iridia. I think we've all met. I feel 5 pairs of eyes fixed onto me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. I guess hi again. Hi, everyone. Again. Wait, you've met everyone? Oh. Ace and Vare. Yeah, I've met all of you. Excuse me. Ace and Vare level me with subtly mused expressions. Vare's tail gives a lazy wag. We did. Not that long ago either. I'm starting to suspect she's stalking me. He looks far too pleased with himself when I roll my eyes. Oh, cute. Oh, look at them. I'm screenshotting this. This is cute. Okay. Anyways, don't mind me. This calls for drinks. What does everyone want? In an instant, all eyes turn to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I still can't believe they all know each other. Watching them talk amongst themselves feels surreal. But, for the first time since I undertook the journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know I was meant to meet them. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander's laugh pulls me from my restless thoughts. Well, color me surprised. You make friends fast, Chantal. I wouldn't go that far. We're more like acquaintances. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends that you haven't shared a drink with yet. A wise man? You said that here last week. I can hear Min's lip curl with distaste from across the bar. Leander clears his throat and continues unperturbed. Let's toast to Chantal's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Karas politely declines with a wave of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you... No. A resounding pop pierces the din of the bar. We all turn in the direction of the noise. Ver looks almost bashful as he accepts an overhauling flute from the bartender, poured from a bottle so old its label has been worn blank. They serve champagne here. Since when? Ver pauses in the middle of licking champagne foam with his fingers with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? In a transformation as impressive as his trick, the concern on Leander's face vanishes. He laughs softly. No, be my guest. I know you've got expensive taste. Then he shoots the bartender a frantic look. Unbothered or uninterested in his company, Ace cants his head at me, a light smile on his lips. How about you, Sparrow? I did say I'd buy you a drink earlier. You do remember. No, my treat. Ace regards Leander over the lip of his glass. In the dim light, the glint in his crimson eyes looks downright dangerous. What'll it be, Chantal? I want a drink. You know what? Long day. I'll take that drink. Why not? I'll take you up on that drink, as long as it's not one of those green shots. Don't knock until you've tried them. They taste better than they look. I don't want to try them. Somehow, I doubt that, but I hold my tongue long enough for Leander to go behind the bar. He's lying, isn't he? When I glance at Ace, he only shrugs. Like I said, they were chewy. Probably poisoned, too. He considers his own drink a tumbler of amber-colored whiskey. Leander's tried to kill me at least a dozen times by now. It's always a gamble. Fair clicks his tongue in disapproval. When he finally looks my way, it's with a half-lidded gaze softened by his third glass of champagne. Were I you, I wouldn't let Leander put anything in my mouth. He fans his fingers over his chest, voice dripping with fake reverence. The Wet Wick is one of the finest drinking establishments in all of Iridia. While you're here, you may as well partake of the signature watered-down drinks in stale nut leather. He sweeps his hand towards a chipped ceramic bowl filled with spindly speckled jerky that I can only assume is nut leather. What is with the food in this city? As abysmal as you make it sound, this place is completely packed. It's not all bad. Depending on the day, the food is edible. Ace takes a measured sip of his drink. Gotta stick around for the real attractions, though. Before I can ask what he means, Leander returns with a tumbler that he sets in front of me. Uneven chunks of ice bob in a pool of reddish-purple alcohol. What kind of drink is this, sir? I eye the drink suspiciously. It better not be another disgusting concoction of Leander's. Ooh, plum gin. Ooh. Relax, it's just the local specialty, plum gin. Although if you're feeling more adventurous... I shake my head. Leander raps his knuckles against the bar until the group falls silent. All right, everyone, let's toast. May Chantal's stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Leander, Ace, and Bear raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms, and Karas watches with polite indifference. I tip back my drink. The plum gin is eye-wateringly strong. Despite a sharp medicinal edge, it goes down smooth. One sip softens the edges of my vision. The next fades the din of the crowded bar into a low, persistent murmur. I find myself unwinding for what feels like the first time in years. Oh, and so now that I've had my, had my drink, I drink some of my tea. We're gonna chat some more. Great. Aren't you the popular one, Chantal? I'm guessing you met Kuras first? It would be more accurate to say that I found her. He saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although I must admit that I was confused when I woke up missing all my clothes. Why are you guys so shocked? It's not that shocking. Leander makes a choked noise. Somewhere behind him, Min sighs. It's not what you think. Chantal was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries through tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Kardas's disappointment, and catch Ver snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. Kardas isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen. I didn't save you. You were simply there. That's Min for you. Leander reaches for Min, but they duck under his arm with practiced ease without so much as looking his way. As reliable as they are moody. You're one to talk, considering you neglected to warn her to stay off the streets at night. I might have gotten a little distracted. Min's only response is a short breath. At any rate, I never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less soulless alive, the better. For a heartbeat, Min's eyes flick towards Ace, and their lips twist. Ace is too busy nodding along to Ver's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice. Why stabbing? Lost, no doubt, in an enthralling discussion. I've had enough of this hellhole. Let's go. Min and Kara share a brief look. Then the doctor speaks up. Very well. But there's something that I must discuss with Leander. If you'll excuse us, Chantal. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to savor my gin in silence. Or so I think until I hear a voice so soft and low, it's practically a purr, said Bear. Lost your tour guide? I turn to find crimson and pink eyes strained on me. It's not lost on me that they chose the instant the others left to strike. Just my luck. I had to be abandoned with the two most irritating people I've met all day. Monsters or not, there's no telling what I'll do if either of them push me again. Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob slobbered out back. He's got business with Karas and Min. 2-on-1 business, Isn't he lucky? I can't tell if it's the champagne or the company, but Fair has grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped on the back of his hand. His ears twitch whenever a hiccup shakes his shoulders. Why are you so far away? Come join us. He passed the empty bar stool beside Ace, but I hesitated. The smile Fair wears is sweet and distinctly sly, and with drinks in the mix, I dread how he and Ace will mess with me next. We don't bite. I'm not sure about that. Just hours ago, he tried to rob me, and you threatened me. Me? Steal? Surely you must be mistaken. You sure it was me? Do not gaslight. Me. Yes, it was you. And then you had the gall to kick me out just so you could go drinking. He gives another one of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simpler answer than I expected, but I guess I can't fault him for that. Bear suddenly slumps forward, gossamer sleeves pooling where he rests his elbows on his knees. Ace sets his hand on Bear's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping off the counter. How about we start fresh, Begin with proper introductions, get off the right foot and whatnot. I'll start. The name's Bear, hunter extraordinaire. Bear's right hand flutters to his chest, and he bows his head, flinching when hair falls into his eyes. Ace doesn't say anything, so I suppose it's my turn now. Oh, we're starting over. It's Chantal. Bear considers me for a long moment, his tail idly swaying behind him. Then he knocks back the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Chantal. He says my name slowly and deliberately, savoring every syllable. A tingle jumps down my spine. I quickly turn my gaze away. Ace smirks at my reaction over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? Nope. I open my mouth and close it just as quick. They want me to react, goading me into another ridiculous game. While their sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something about this tension is fun. It must be the gin. A flash of white over Ace's shoulders catches my eye. Across the bar, Karaz heads for the door. I don't see Lander or Min, but it feels wrong to let him leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. Bear hums and wags his finger at me as I leave. I slip through the crowd, careful not to touch anyone, but just as I'm nearing Karaz, what happens? Gah! I stagger, shoulder checked by a man with a neck thicker than both my thighs. He stares down at me, nostrils flaring. Out of my way, shit-stain. My words spill out on their own. You watch it. I regret them as soon as they leave my mouth. That fucking gin. The roughneck wheels around, shoving a bloodhound out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you say? Altercation. He shoves me backwards, sending me stumbling to the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I see the roughneck bearing down on me. You trying to start something here? The roughneck freezes, his fists cocked back. A group of bloodhounds called by the commotion circle him, sizing him up. For what feels like an agonizingly long moment, the roughneck looks from me to the bloodhounds. Finally, he sniffs and spits out on the floor next to me. The lob narrowly misses my cheek. Screw it. Too many freaks in the circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes face to face with Ace. Look at that sweet, deceptively sweet smile. A dangerous smile spreads across his face. You'll do. What happens next is a blur. Oh. Ace's fist crashes into the roughneck's jaw, causing an eruption of gasps, shouts, and even cheers around us. I scramble to my feet right as the fantastic crowd swarms around me, cutting off my sight of everything and everyone. Through the ruckus, I hear Leander shouting, Hey, Ace, take it outside. Ignore them, everyone. Look, drinks are on me. With those 4 words, the wick erupts with hoots and hollers. The ring around me disperses as bloodhounds and onlookers rush towards the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of familiar faces. Ace vanishes out the back, dragging the roughneck behind him. Karas lingers near the door, searching, I suspect for any wounded, before he departs. Min draws their hood up tight as they slip out a side door, while Ver leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine from behind the bar. And Leander, seated at the opposite end of the bar, gestures dramatically and apologetically at the bartender. In the space of a heartbeat, I realize that there's no telling when or if I'll see any of them ever again. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight. I follow. Oh my god, I get to make a choice? Okay, so as I've been playing this, I kind of already know who I would want to pursue in terms of routes. Kuros would be my first, Leander second, and then I think Ace, and then Min, and then Vare. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Kuros here. I don't know if I need to save it. I'm gonna save it just in case there's more of this demo. But I'm going to leave it here now because I have 41 minutes on this recording already, and I'll probably try to make another video and upload one as soon after this, so there shouldn't be too much of a wait. But thank you for watching, if you are still watching. I hope you are enjoying this demo of Touchstarved as much as I am, because it is absolutely fantastic. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.